The animal rights message is a message of change. It's not saying to people, look, here's a proposition, animals have rights, and you can accept that and go about your business. Just live your life the way you always have. What it's saying implicitly is animals have rights, and we have to change how we live. We have to change the details of our life. We're not talking about putting something in a will that's passed on to our children, when we're gone. We're talking about changing our life. We're talking about making fundamental differences into what we eat, what we wear, what we think is entertainment, what we think is sport and recreation, what we think counts as justifiable research in terms of human health benefits. We're talking about just fundamental changes. And I think the point is that everybody understands that implicitly. And so when animal rights advocates when we try to deliver our message and people are negative, it's not just because of who we are, it's not just because of how we say it, it's because of people understand that these people are trying to get under my skin. These people are trying to redirect the future of my life. That's their message. I don't want it. I don't want it. I like who I am. I like how I'm living. I don't want to be bothered by this. Right now, I mean, bacon and eggs for breakfast is fine. It's not just who we are or how we present it and so on. It's the understanding without saying it that people don't want to change. When it comes to persuading people that animals have rights, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to that challenge. And I think it's extraordinarily naive on the part of animal rights advocates to think that we have the power, we have the knowledge, we have the ability to take someone who has for 20 or 30 or 40 years thought that animals are inferior to human beings and change them on the spot, to give them an experience that transforms their life because of anything we say or anything we do. And to the extent that we think that, and to the extent that we relate to people like that, then we become part of the problem rather than part of the solution, because then our ego's in the way, our self-righteousness is in the way. The fundamental moral rights that should be protected by the law in any country when it comes to human beings are rights to life, rights to liberty, rights to bodily integrity. No one, anywhere, should be at liberty, outside the law, to violate the bodily integrity, to steal the freedom, or to take the life of another creature, another human being in this case. And all we're saying as advocates of animal rights is the same is true in their case, that the moral rights that we have argued for in the case of non-human animals, that is the rights to bodily integrity and liberty and life, that those rights also should be respected, also should be recognized as matters of legal rights. We learned about cosmetic testing, and we stopped using cosmetics that were tested on animals, and we learned about how best students can learn about life, and we became opposed to dissection and vivisection. We learned about the fraudulent character of the support for animal model research, biomedical research. We understood that this was a massive industry that was dedicated to making money, and it was shielded by the shield of medicine. When we understood that, we understood that there was something to be opposed there too, not only what was happening to animals, of course, but also what was happening to unsuspecting human beings who thought that this was something that was really scientific and could really be the best thing that could be done to protect human health, vitality, and longevity. And we knew, the more we read, the more we understood, the more we knew that was false. People I admire most in the animal rights movement are the people who are not on the radar screen. They're just ordinary animal rights advocates who are going about their business without a lot of publicity and a lot of name recognition. They're people who sing in the church choir or go to synagogue, and they're people who are school teachers or work as accountants, and it's just part of their life is to be an animal rights person, even though they don't have any notoriety. They're like the invisible working soldiers for the animal rights movement, and they work and they go about their business in terms of without a lot of support from their family or their friends or their business associates, or, as they say, the people they go to church or synagogue or mosque with. These are the real heroes and heroines of animal rights advocacy, the little people, if you like, that don't get any recognition, but live their life according to respect and compassion for other animals. I think the amount of progress animal rights advocates have made is minuscule in terms of the challenges we face. They're real and they're true, and they're to be honored and venerated. But at the same time, they are simply, all we've done is to pour the footer for the foundation of an edifice. Or maybe we haven't even done that. Maybe all we've done is dug the footer, for the foundation of an edifice. But the great work that remains to be done is the work that will really bring about empty cages, true animal liberation.